Did you know that China is working on the world's largest water diversion project, challenging nature itself? This project involves thousands of kilometers of artificial canals, aqueducts, and tunnels, even cutting through mountains, all aimed at supplying fresh water to China's dry industrial regions in the north. In this video, we delve into the South-to-North Water Diversion Project, its cost, purpose, environmental impact, and its potential benefits or drawbacks for the Chinese population. China's difficult geography. Throughout history, China's geography has been a mixed blessing. The Yangtze and Yellow River systems have sustained the eastern regions for thousands of years with fertile floodplains, making it one of the most developed arable lands globally. However, the northern and far western parts of China are dry or mountainous, including the deserts of Taklamakan and Gobi in the north, and the challenging terrain of the Himalayas and Tibetan Plateau. A clear division separates these contrasting landscapes, with 94% of China's population residing east of this imaginary line. Beijing and surrounding northern cities have historically thrived as centers of population, agriculture, and trade. Still, rapid population and economic growth in the mid-20th century strained the region's vital water resources. These cities primarily relied on groundwater, which was quickly depleted due to urbanization and industrial demands. Additionally, the nearby Gobi Desert's expansion and frequent dust and sandstorms exacerbated the water shortage. Desertification, driven by human activities like deforestation and climate change, claimed about 3,600 square kilometers of grasslands each year. By the early 1950s, it became evident that northern China could not sustain its growing population with dwindling water resources. Mao Zedong, China's founder, recognized the impending water shortage and sought a solution to provide for millions in this historically dry area. The South-North Water Megaproject. In 1952, the People's Republic of China initiated a visionary concept, moving water from the water-rich south to the dry northern regions. Mao Zedong, the driving force behind this idea, remarked, "Water in the south is abundant, water in the north scarce. If possible, it would be fine to borrow a little." However, it took 5 decades for Mao's vision to gain approval from the country's State Council in 2002, following extensive planning and research. This ambitious endeavor was officially named the South-North Water Transfer Project, aiming to construct a network of interconnected aqueducts, tunnels, reservoirs, and dams to transport fresh water from the water-abundant south to the water-scarce north. The project encompassed 3 major canal systems known as the Eastern, Central, and Western routes. The Eastern route had its starting point near the city of Yangzhou, drawing water from a significant branch of the Yangtze River. The Eastern route, a massive yet aging pumping station, plays a crucial role in the South-North Water Transfer Project by pumping water from the Yangtze River into the Jinghang Grand Canal, recognized as the world's longest fully constructed artificial waterway. Subsequently, this water travels through an underground tunnel to cross the Yellow River. The final leg of its journey involves a series of aqueducts that transport the water toward the coastal city of Tianjin, situated to the northwest of the capital, Beijing. In total, the eastern route of the project spans over 1,100 kilometers. Construction on the eastern route commenced in 2002, with expectations of delivering fresh water as early as 2013. However, due to multiple construction delays, this timeline was pushed back by more than 4 years. By 2017, fresh water had finally reached Tianjin, providing an estimated volume of 1 billion cubic meters annually. This newfound water source directly benefits up to 10 million residents in the city. The Central Route. Unlike the eastern route of this expansive project, the Central Route faced the challenge of lacking pre-existing infrastructure for water diversion. Construction on this route proved considerably more complex. The Central Route commences at the Danjiangkou Reservoir, requiring the elevation of the Danjiangkou Dam by up to 15 meters. This elevation ensured that the reservoir's water level would be sufficiently high to facilitate the flow of water through canals and aqueducts without the need for pumping stations. However, these alterations to the Danjiangkou Dam necessitated the relocation of over 300,000 residents from Hubei and Henan displacing them from their homes to accommodate the canals and expanded reservoir. The remainder of the central route consists of artificial canals and aqueducts, creating a network of elevated and subterranean waterways across the Chinese Central Plain. One notable feature along the central route is the Shay Aqueduct, which spans more than 12 kilometers over the Shay River, elevated above the ground. Ultimately, the central route reaches its destination, Beijing, the capital of the nation. Construction on the central route concluded in 2014, spanning over 1,200 kilometers. Following its completion, approximately one-third of the water that previously flowed through the Han River was redirected, posing significant challenges for the millions of people reliant on the Han River for freshwater. To address this issue, in July 2022, the Chinese government announced the construction of a massive underground tunnel to supply the required water. This tunnel, running 1 kilometer beneath the surface, would connect the Three Gorges Dam to the Han River and, subsequently, to the central route leading to Beijing. Once finalized, this tunnel would become the world's longest and deepest artificial waterway ever constructed. By 2030, the central route is expected to transfer up to 12 cubic kilometers of water annually, roughly equivalent to one-third of the entire capacity of the Three Gorges Reservoir. The Western Route. In contrast to the two preceding segments, the western route of China's ambitious South-North Water Transfer Project remains in the preliminary stages of planning. Among these three segments, it stands out as the most formidable to build. The envisioned blueprint for the western route involves the creation of an intricate network of waterways and tunnels, linking the Yangtze River to the Yellow River, traversing the challenging terrain of the Qinghai Tibet Plateau, situated some 3 to 5 kilometers above sea level. The formidable topography and unforgiving climate of this area make this undertaking exceptionally demanding. Additionally, the proposed path of the western route necessitates engineers to quite literally carve through mountains to overcome the rugged landscape. The western route is projected to reach completion by the year 2050. Once finished, it is expected to channel a substantial 17 cubic kilometers of fresh water annually to the northern Chinese provinces. If realized, this project could serve a collective population of nearly 100 million individuals along its course. While unofficial discussions have arisen in the past about the possibility of the western route diverting water from transboundary rivers originating in China, such as the Brahmaputra and Mekong rivers, which flow through India and Southeast Asia respectively, it's worth noting that this has never been part of the official project plan. Nonetheless, India has expressed concerns over China's potential to manipulate the flow of the Brahmaputra, raising apprehensions within the Indian government. Regarding the impact on the Chinese populace, the South-North Water Transfer Project, though still incomplete, is already being hailed as a monumental success by the Chinese government. Chinese state media reports that the project is benefiting up to 140 million citizens residing in water-scarce regions. However, opinions on the project vary among local and provincial Chinese governments. Some, like the southern upstream provinces of Sichuan and Hubei, oppose the idea of diverting the Yangtze River's flow northward, as they fear it could jeopardize the region's water security and hydropower sector. Conversely, western provinces such as Gansu and Qinghai see the construction of the western route as a source of much-needed socioeconomic and agricultural stability for their regions. Effects on the environment. While the South-North Water Transfer Project holds the promise of benefiting several northern Chinese cities, it has raised substantial concerns among both local and international environmentalists. This extensive project comprises artificial waterways that disrupt the natural west-to-east flow of China's rivers, leading to significant ramifications. The construction of these canals has interrupted the flow of hundreds of natural rivers, with some experiencing complete depletion as their natural course is artificially altered. Notably, due to the sheer volume of water transported by the project, approximately 600 rivers have already vanished during its construction. Furthermore, industrial waste and sewage have inadvertently found their way into these artificial water bodies. For instance, along the central route originating at the Danjiangkou Reservoir, industrial cities like Xi'an discharge their industrial waste into the Han River, a tributary that eventually connects to the central route leading to Beijing. given that a substantial portion of these artificial rivers traverse hundreds of cities and villages across the country. It is common for individuals, businesses, and industries to dispose of their waste into these constructed waterways. The situation is exacerbated by the apparent absence of adequate water treatment facilities along the entire course of the project. A concerning consequence of diverting the natural flow of the Yangtze River, which was reduced by as much as 36% with the opening of the central route, is the potential for seawater backflow from the Yellow Sea into the local water supplies of coastal Chinese cities like Shanghai and Nantong. As the Yangtze's flow continues to decline due to more water diversion into artificial rivers, there is even a risk of saltwater intrusion extending into the man-made canals themselves. Such an eventuality could trigger a nationwide water crisis. Another significant environmental concern pertains to the primary reason behind the prolonged planning phase of the Western Route. The official proposal for this route entails the construction of tunnels through an extremely mountainous region of China. This endeavor carries the potential to trigger landslides and cause environmental disruption to the local ecosystem, including flora and fauna. Additionally, the Qinghai Tibet Plateau, where this route is planned, is seismically active. Building a vital megaproject like the South-to-North Water Transfer Project in this region could potentially result in substantial financial losses for the Chinese government in the event of a major earthquake. Is the project successful? Having completed 2 of its 3 planned routes, it's evident that the South-to-North Water Transfer Project has come at a substantial cost, not only financially but also in terms of its environmental, social, and economic impacts on the Chinese government and its people. The overall price tag for this colossal undertaking is estimated to reach a staggering $62 billion. And this doesn't even encompass the billions more that will be required for the maintenance of over 3,000 kilometers of canals, aqueducts, dams, tunnels, and reservoirs. Remarkably, despite this significant financial investment, the project's original objective of providing clean water to northern China has yet to be fully realized. Now we invite you to share your thoughts on the South-to-North Water Transfer Project. Do you believe that the project's benefits outweigh the environmental costs it has incurred? Should the construction of the Western Route still be pursued? Your insights are valuable to us, so please feel free to share your opinions in the comments below. If you're interested in learning more about similar megaprojects, you can explore our video on the biggest megaprojects in the world. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.